All right, all right, all right, all right. Here we go. Here we go. No games, just business podcast, episode 22. Episode 22. I am Darius. I am here with my man Don. What's up, Don? How you feeling?
I'm
How you living?
I'm good, man. I got my name down there as Mr. Consistent today because I'm gonna stay consistent on the stuff I've been saying all these weeks. And Darius and Jimmy have been pushing back on it, and now it's just coming full circle. And I think we're gonna have another day of reckoning next week when we knock off another man that Darius said. Can he beat that man 4 times in a row? But we'll get to that. We'll get to that. But just know I'm staying consistent on everything I've said about all these teams.
Hey man, I gotta give it to y'all, man. I gotta give it to y'all. That was a game. That was a game. It was I can't even say it was a tough one
Mm-mm.
because on all cylinders, you guys just dominated that team, the Buffalo Bills, all game. Um, Offensively, defensively. I mean, you guys got a team, man. You guys got a team. I gotta give respect where it's due.
Hey, I kept
What do you
telling
what do
you
you
this.
have to say for yourself and your team for y'all to be here in this situation again back to back?
Hey, it's all us Bengals fans knew what it was. It was just the rest of the world not believing in it. We was a fluke last year. Joe Burrow was got lucky last year. Hey, they don't have nobody on defense. Well, I guess we can stop all those narratives. I guess we can. There's a legitimate argument once Burrow beats Mahomes this weekend. Who's the best quarterback in the league? Uh, you know, we got the best wide receiver trio. We go into anybody's stadium and we whoop their ass, and that's just what it is.
Wow. Wow. I like it. I like it. Hey man, all I gotta say is give the Falcons 2 years. We gonna see y'all, man. We gonna be there, man.
Y'all gonna see us?
We gonna see one of y'all, whether it's
Mm,
you, Mahomes. We gonna
you
be
don't.
back.
You ain't want none of them problems with either one of those two teams.
We gonna be back, man.
Hey,
AJ
hey,
Terrell's here.
let let big dogs deal with each other. Don't not y'all still a puppy right now. Y'all ain't got a dog at the quarterback position just yet.
Hey, we might, we
Hey,
might,
I'm hoping. I promise you, I'm hoping
we
for you.
might. The rumors is out there.
Shoot, come get him. I'm sure you would drive to Baltimore with us like a little 3 hour ride for you.
Hey, I'm about an hour away from Baltimore. Hey,
Oh,
Lamar, I come pick you up personally. In my Honda, I come pick you up, bro.
and driving back down to Atlanta.
Yup, we going together.
But I want to tell everybody before we start this podcast, go ahead and like, subscribe, comment, leave some feedback, and hey, let's get it cracking.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Like Don said. So we are gonna be getting into some very, very interesting topics today. Don, we got first the Buffalo Bills. What's
Hmm.
going on with the Buffalo Bills? And not only is what's going on with the Buffalo Bills, but what's going on with America's team. Then we'll get into the best of the rest. Who is the best team remaining out of these four teams? Is it the Bengals? Is it the Chiefs? Is it the Eagles? Or is it the 49ers? One of these teams is going to take the trophy in about 3 weeks. Then we're going to break down both the conference games, the NFC, the AFC, what each team needs to win, and who will win. Then we're gonna get into a little fun today. We're gonna do some who would you rather? Who would you rather? I know Don got some good ones in there, man. I know it. I feel it. I feel it. It's gonna be a curveball with you, man.
I'm chilling, man. I got some names on here, but I'm chilling. I'm just trying to figure out like where this man ranks. But hey, we'll find out.
I guess we will. I guess we will. So let's start it off, man, with these Buffalo Bills. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Don, you know what? Because you guys put an ass whooping on them,
Mm,
I was very surprised. You
Mm.
know what? I wasn't surprised that you guys won because I said any one of these underdogs, like you said, any one of these underdogs could have upset the favorite. But I'm not surprised you guys won. But the way you guys won, I'm very surprised. So go ahead, start it off, man. What's going on with these Buffalo Bills?
Hey man, it just came full circle. It's just what happens when you anoint a team that has done nothing. Like they literally lost to the Kansas City Chiefs last year, and everybody was praising them like they did something. It's praising them more than the Bengals for actually beating the Chiefs last year, and they came into this season plus 600 to win the Super Bowl. What the hell did they do to get that type of praise? Then they had Josh Allen, Super Bowl MVP. They had him MVP of the league, and so I, I kept telling y'all that I remember we talked about this one day, and I told y'all that the Bills were not a complete team, and y'all told me that they was. Darius, did that look like a complete team yesterday?
It looked like a team that didn't want to be there. It
Mm.
looked like a team that was ready to go home early. It was too cold. I don't know if it was the weather. I don't
I
know
know
if it was.
we not gonna
I
give
don't
them
know.
we ain't giving them no excuses. They live in
I don't.
Buffalo.
I
These
heard before the game that Josh Allen had his Super Bowl beer ready,
mm,
his Super
mm,
Bowl speech ready. I don't know if
mm,
they were just looking forward to being there ready. Did they see
mm.
themselves there ready and not focus on that game? But they didn't want it.
The problem is I think they the problem is I feel like they listened to all the hype that everybody was giving them, and they really thought that they was like that when they was never like that.
Mm.
Like when it comes to this AFC stuff, you got Mahomes and Burrow. You wasn't beating Mahomes when the games mattered, and now we saw you can't beat Burrow when the games matter. And so I just feel like we knew for what I knew from that little preview I saw before in the Damar Hamlin game, uh, before he got injured, the Bengals was moving that ball up and down the field on them easily. And it seemed like everybody just forgot that. And it seemed like everybody just forgot the week before when they played the Dolphins, they got their offensive line allowed 7 sacks. But all throughout the week, all we was hearing about was, oh, the Bengals are going to have three new starters on the offensive line. How's that going to work for them? I don't think they can win because they have new offensive linemen. There's them boys gave up 1 sack and only 3 quarterback hits. I could tell you this, Josh Allen, he was looking under duress all game long, and Mike Hilton was on that ass. And I just it just brings me joy because it's like I stayed consistent. I told y'all what it was, and now y'all see I don't just be talking just to talk. I talk because I see this stuff. What I told you the other day, I don't understand why Darius ain't. He sees what I'm seeing, but he ain't analyzing it like how I'm analyzing it. And so Darius is going to have another chance a little while later when we get to that other game. We're going to see if he's learned anything from his mistakes last week. But I will say this. I I don't want to go that far, but the Bills they little team, they little core, most of them are probably gonna be gone. Tremaine Edmonds is a free agent, Jordan Phillips, Jordan Poyer, Devin Singletary, Dane Johnson, Shaq Lawson, and now you still got Diggs up over there. He's showing up your quarterback on the sideline. Hey,
It's bad luck. It's bad luck.
hey, my thing is, I get it. You think that you're open. Wait till you get to the locker room to do that, bruh. Like everybody don't need to see that. Y'all already got your ass whooped. You need to add more fuel to the fire, and then have Eli Apple flaming you on Twitter. Like you got to relax. Like you just gotta chill in that moment. And even some of the stuff he said, they want me to be okay with losing. Nah. Another tweet. How every year it's the same thing. Well, I'll tell you why. Because your defense is trash. Y'all are one-dimensional offense. What happened to Big Game Gabe Davis, as Tony Romo pronounced him? Or what happened to Mr. January? I think that's Josh Allen nickname. Or what happened to the alien? That's another one of Josh Allen name. What happened? I just don't understand what happened out there, because he's Mr. January. So if you're Mr. January, that means you whooping ass in January. And from my view, he barely got past the Dolphins last week. If they had Tua, they was going to smack that ass. And then they ran up against an actual Super Bowl contender, and we saw what it really was. And don't you worry, Josh Allen. Patrick Mahomes has that coming to him also in a few days. So you won't feel bad all by yourself. But what I will say is, this is what happened when you self-anoint a team that has done nothing. But I'll digress and let Darius speak.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That was ugly. That was ugly. The Bills was my Super Bowl pick from the beginning. So I felt obligated to defend them like they was the Atlanta Falcons. I had to ride or die with my Super Bowl pick.
We saw Jimmy flip side. You could have flipped.
Oh, come on, man. We don't switch sides over here. We don't switch sides. I've been riding with Duke. I've been riding with the Rockets. You see how we looking this year?
Yeah.
I always rock with the Yankees. Come on, man. I don't switch sides, man. We represent no matter what through thick and thin.
I can respect that, because I wouldn't switch on my teams either, because I was just thinking the Heat ain't on nothing this year, but I'm sticking with them.
You know what? I've been doing a lot of gambling on the Heat this year. They've been having their ups and downs. Like one night they're winning for me, and then the next night Jimmy Butler he was supposed to give me 19, he got me 18. Hey, we're gonna leave the Vegas for another day. But anyway, get back to these Bills here, man. Like you said, big game Davis. He catches touchdowns, but he drops a lot of passes. Diggs, unfortunately, you can't be showing up your quarterback on the sideline. You definitely got to leave that to the locker room. Josh Allen. A lot of those sacks came down to him trying to make the big plays, and I've continuously said that this team needs to slow it down a little bit. This team is bottom half. The bad is that this team is bottom half in time of possession. I've been saying this all year. You need to slow the offense down, because when you don't score the ball, now you leave it to your defense to have to combat you not scoring the football so goddamn fast. They can't establish any type of run game. It's not consistent at all. And majority of the time, even though Singletary led this team in rushing, Josh Allen is still majority of their rushing attack, and that's not the way you go, because you got to keep him healthy. And then it was the turn. We came into this game talking about, is Josh Allen going to turn the football over? He actually did a good job of not turning the football over. That fourth quarter turnover, whatever, it was garbage. It was a garbage interception.
Game was over.
So what? But you know what this game came down to? It didn't come down to talent. It didn't come down to skill. It came down to straight who wanted to win the football game. The Bengals wanted it more than the Bills. There is nothing else to it. They came in there and smacked them in the mouth all game. It was a very physical game on the Bengals end. And the Bills just looked like they just didn't want to be there. They got outplayed by Cincinnati. 6 out of the 9, and Cincinnati only punted once. And 2 of those was 1 to end the game and 2 to go into halftime. So come on now. Buffalo. you don't show up in big games. You haven't in the last few years. We might have to start reevaluating this top tier quarterback list because Burrow is sneaking into that. He might just be there, number 2, right behind Patrick Mahomes.
That's not an argument no more. Hey, Josh. Hey, at the beginning of the year, all I was hearing was, "Oh, Justin Herbert's better than Burrow." We heard
Whoa.
Josh Allen's
I don't
better
know
than
who
Burrow.
said Justin Herbert was better than Burrow.
There's a lot of them, and there's still some that still say that now. When I looked in the comments on Instagram, and there were some people still saying, "Oh, but Herbert's still better." How could Herbert still be better? And he blew a 27-point lead. I just don't understand. I don't. At some point, winning has to come into account. I don't care about the talent. I don't care about your arm strength. I don't care. It's about what you do about there. And if you ain't out there elevating your team to wins, I don't want to hear about it, bro. Tom Brady wasn't the best player, most talented player out here, but he got it done, and that's why people consider him the GOAT right now. So, I see this. You know, I already had Burrow ranked as my number one QB in the league. So I think after Sunday, I think that's when other people start turning and start saying, like, yeah, Burrow's probably the number one QB in the league. But that'll be 4-0 on Mahomes. It's hard to debate if you ask me. And it's not Burrow numbers go way up against the Chiefs. But hey, I'll let y'all still squabble over where Joe Burrow ranks. All he does is keep knocking off the people that y'all say is above him.
Yeah. I will not say Burrow is better than Mahomes. Mahomes is still that tier, and then behind him is right there is Burrow. I give it a Burrow at number 2. But Buffalo, you're the number 2 scoring offense in the league.
Mm.
The Bengals give up 20 points a game, and you put up 10 points in the divisional in the playoffs to win or go home. What's going on?
10.
How? What's going on? Josh Allen threw under 60% of his completions, and he was pressured the whole game. Like you said, he was on ice. He was running around trying to escape. It was nothing he could do back there because they was not protecting him. Mike Hilton had the best game of his career that day. It might have been the best game of his career. But on that day, he left it out all on the field. 2 QB hits, a pass deflection. I like it. He played very, very well. Listen, this team, I said that Herbert was going to be the Phillip Rivers of the AFC. And what I meant by that was he's going to run into players like the Mannings, the Bradys, the Roethlisbergers, and consistently make the playoffs, but lose out every single year due to the talent that's in his conference. And unfortunately, what it's looking like is the Buffalo Bills is running into that situation right now because they can't overcome these teams at this moment. Maybe they will at some point, but right now they're looking like the Chargers of the old days. Because
I say this. I think that's gonna be every team out there issue, to be honest with you. Unless you got Burrow or Mahomes, I really think it's just gonna be their 2 division for the taking, to be honest with you. Like,
well, we gotta watch because the paydays are coming for the Bengals. So we do have to watch out for that. Honestly, they was talking about Burrow being paid $300 million. Honestly, he deserves it. But I think him as a player, I think that he would take a small discount just because of the way he is. I think he'll make more money as far as his endorsements in his ad money. He'll make more money off the field, take less money on the field, just so he can keep the players around him, i.e. T. Higgins and i.e. Jamar Chase.
I agree. I could see him signing like a deal like the Mahomes one, like something to get him close to 500 million. Like, and like at least 350 fully guaranteed or something like that. Like I say this, I hear a lot of people like to say, oh, they're gonna have to start paying people. Jamar Chase, he still has at least 2 or 3 more years before he can
two
even come up
two
for.
years.
Yeah, so he still has 2 more years before that comes up. T. Higgins is this season also with Burrow, but I could see Burrow taking a team friendly type of deal like how Mahomes did to help out. But they are letting people go. Jesse Bates is going to be going at the end of this year. Um, if it's me, I know they picked up his 5th-year option, but Jonah Williams could be gone also. I mean, he ain't like that at the left tackle position. And Jackson Carman came up in there was just bullying them boys in Buffalo around. So that would be those
Well,
would be two people I would look at.
you guys spent a lot of money on your O line this year, so why not use the guys that was had injuries all year, right? And I mean, so far in the playoffs, the last 2 games, it showed that you guys can still get it done without him. I'm talking about Jonah Williams.
Oh yeah, I'm on Jonah Williams be going. I still want Karras, I still want Kappa. Um Lyle Collins, I want him back. But Jonah Williams, oh, he can go. We don't need him. He can go.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This Buffalo Bills team. I mean, they got to get it together. Tre'Davious White, he didn't play well. He was out there holding. Oh man, honestly, that game that game I think solidified how serious Jamar Chase was. Like we all knew that Jamar Chase was a guy. Like he's that top tier talent. But I think this playoff run so far is just showing how talented he is. Like he is top. He's solidifying himself as a top 5 receiver in this league.
He been that. He been that. But it might. Hey, but hey.
We can we,
Um,
we got we got to keep it real. We can't do no bias here.
I'm not. Hey, I'm not being biased. So what that name say down there, Mister Consistent. Um, I say this. I like the way the Bengals game planned for that Bills game. Like they had a lot of short intermediate routes for the offensive line to help them out. But I mean, they could have had some routes that went downfield. To be honest with you, because the Buffalo Bills was not getting any pressure on Joe Burrow. Um, I like how the Bengals had Jamar Chase in the backfield a few different times, and all the plays looked the same, but it was different plays each one. I mean, one of the plays they had him just motioning out, and that took some linebackers towards him, and they had Adeniji come back and crack block uh your boy Tyron Johnson or whatever his name was. It don't matter. He
Yeah,
was irrelevant.
that's my
And
boy, man. That's my
and
boy.
mixing rush for a long run, and it was just different plays like that where you seen chasing the backfield. And honestly, I was watching who that was, who played, who was that played the game but the day before. It was one of those teams that had played the day before, and I was like, okay, I hope the Bengals like take that. Oh, it was one of them teams. I was like, I hope the Zach Taylor is watching this right now. Matter of fact, yes, it was the Jaguars, because I was like, Zach Taylor has to be watching this because his brother is a coach on the Jaguars. So I was like,
Mm.
I know he's watching this game, and they had Christian Kirk in the backfield coming out. Coming out the backfield and get lined up against linebackers. I was like, I hope Zach Taylor's watching this and plans Jamar Chase like this to
And
get
that's what he
missed.
did. That's what he
Exactly,
did.
exactly.
And you
So
see, Jamal Chase could just he when he gets the football, you could just give him the football, and he just makes people miss. He makes
exactly,
plays.
exactly. But you have a you. I, I think you're slowly coming around on us Bengals, but
Nah, I
I
should have wore a
know.
Chiefs hat today.
I, hey, do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do. I done told y'all what's gonna happen when the Bengals win the Super Bowl. I'm just gonna be sitting here. I ain't gonna have nothing to say. I'm just gonna be sitting here smoking my big old cigar.
What I will say is that the Bills, um, they they do have some good parts of their team. They got Josh Allen, right? They are averaging 28 points a game. We understand that they are a high powered offense. They're first and third down conversions, so they have a high level of getting a new set of downs just about every drive.
Could have fooled me in that game.
Yeah. It was ugly game. It was a very ugly game. So they got they got the top receiver. They got a foundation on defense. I think missing Miller was a huge difference. They got the head coach to continue to build this roster. But during this offseason, they have to get a running back. They have to get a running back. That is their number one need. It's some more pass rushers.
Number one? I don't know, man. They need some cornerback help. They need offensive line help.
Well, they lost both they lost 4 safeties.
Well, I'm not even just talking about safety. I'm talking about the cornerbacks.
Like, but Tre'Davious White missed majority of the season, half of the season.
He ain't like that.
He's not like what he was before. But I mean, a lot of corners fell off this year. Jair Alexander picked it up the second half of the season. AJ Terrell picked it up that second half of the season. Jalen Ramsey picked it up second half of the season. So there, a lot of the corners, it's tough, man. Cornerback is a very tough position.
I agree with that, but when you have to deal with the Mahomes, the Burrows, the Herberts, the Lawrences, even on a smaller scale, Tua, Lamar, like you're gonna need some people that can defend some great wide receivers, and the guys that they have out there right now are not going to cut it. Like,
I think Elam will get better. He's a rookie.
I do believe he'll get better, but as far as like and I think Tyron Johnson is decent, but
no, Tyron Johnson, he's a good player. He's a good player.
He's decent.
He makes plays.
I couldn't tell.
you in this, you just got to give it to Buffalo today, huh?
Hey, because all I heard was they was the Super Bowl favorites. They was better than the Bengals. They was better than the Chiefs. If they was, then what the heck? You know what? You're right. They played their Super Bowl the first week of the season when they whooped the Rams ass. You're totally right. But the rest of us, we waited till last week to actually show that we really like that.
Hey. I think 2 players in the free agency as far as a running back position. I think they should pick up either Kareem Hunt or Damian Harris. They should go look for one of those 2 guys. I don't know. I don't know if Kareem will give you more production than Singletary at this point of his career. But I think Damian Harris still got something left in the tank. He's 26 years old, good power rusher. Came from that New England system, downhill runner. So I think he would fit very well with Buffalo.
I would say this: Josh Allen has to elevate his own game because he makes bad decisions. Instead of taking the check down and living for the next down, he always wants to go for the big play. They need another receiver because Big Game Gabe Davis is not like that. He ain't that guy. And then you got who is that? Cole Beasley and Isaiah McKenzie. What?
Well, I think Isaiah was hurt, but Cole Beasley
ain't neither one of them some solid wide receivers to be saying I'm banking on Stephon Diggs and then Gabe Davis, Isaiah McKenzie, and Cole Beasley. I'd rather not.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't.
Oh, and don't let me forget about old Dawson Knox.
I just don't know which one of these receivers is really worth even paying the money for. That's going to give them more production than what Gabe Davis has.
Juju, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe.
I won't be surprised. Juju seems like a homer, so I think because he wanted to stay. I feel like Odell will go to Dallas.
Still?
I still think they'll get that done in Dallas, and that's going to be Dallas's number 2 to CD.
And I will say this: they did say there might be some receivers getting cut. I think I saw Robert Woods might get cut, so that's another option. I mean, I think Lazard is a free agent this offseason also. I think
Packers like Lazard a lot, so they might take him back. But like DJ Chark, maybe someone that could take top defense. Sterling Shepard is actually a really good receiver. He just cannot stay healthy.
Is that so? That's the issue. So
I mean, they can keep Sterling in New York. I don't know. I don't really like Jarvis out there.
Jarvis done got a little bit too old for me.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I guess we'll just have to break that down some point, in the off season. So we're gonna get into this next topic, so-called America's team. What is going on with Dallas? Dallas is doing Dallas things. Like when we say the Chargers doing Chargers things, Dallas does the Dallas things every single year consistently. Man, oh man. All right. So I think everyone pretty much knows Dak isn't that guy.
Hold on, because I seen a guy on this other podcast argue that Dak and Burrow stats are similar, so there's an argument to be made that Dak is just as good as Joe Burrow. I don't know what the hell he was smoking, but hey, there you go off.
Wow, that's interesting. Because I got Dak in like that
Kirk Cousins
with Kirk Cousins, Ryan Tannehill, and
Derek Carr. Exactly.
That's the tier of quarterbacks that Dak Prescott is in.
They said he the black Kirk Cousins.
The black Kirk Cousins. That's funny. That's a good one. I like that. And you know what? I think in that situation there, Kirk Cousins would have led that team to a win better than Dak would have.
Hey, you ain't lying.
If you swap their game in their games, Kirk Cousins would have won that game. But there's some good things about Dak, right? He's a great person. He's a great leader. We like that. We love that about Dak. He seems like a very nice guy, and he's a good leader for this Dallas Cowboys team. They actually like him. He has solid mobility. He can escape the pocket a little bit, but he has B-level play, and he's a solid NFL quarterback. He's just a good player, right? But he doesn't make the plays that needed to be done. He throws 2 interceptions during the San Fran game. That was the turning point of the game right there. Those 2, because the defense came and did their job. The defense did what they were supposed to do. They put the pressure on Purdy. They stopped the pass. They stopped the run. They held CMC to 35 yards. Elijah Mitchell to like 35 yards. But Dallas, I think they had a late game possession, and they still couldn't capitalize off of it. They had one more drive to drive down the field and score, and they couldn't even get that done. Last game versus Washington. Washington, after 2 missed field goals and an interception, Dak comes out in the third quarter and throws them an interception right back to them. The OT versus the Jaguars. What does he do? Throw a late game interception. INT, pick 6. This is a consistent turnovers that's going on in Dak's every game, just about every game. Dak led the league in turnovers, and he only played 12 games. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I know Jerry Jones is – I think Jerry Jones is more mad that he had to pay Dak so much money than him losing the game.
I don't know about that one, man, because I hear a lot of people.
You know damn well Jerry Jones did not want to pay him what he paid him. I mean, and for him to pay him that much And for this to happen, it wasn't because of the defense. We're not going to blame Zeke today. We're not going to blame CD.
Well,
Oh
Zeke
man, Tony
did get
Pollard got hurt and it
Zeke
changed the
did get
running game.
pancaked out there on the last play of the game.
It happens, man. It happens. Those some big ass linebackers.
I'll say this. I'm not. I don't think Jerry Jones regrets giving Dak that money because at the same time, who are you gonna get? Like I hear people sitting here saying like, "Oh, we should get rid of Dak," and do what exactly? Please let me know. What are you gonna do if you got rid of Dak? There's no other solid options up out there, so you
I
might
tell
as
you what
well
they are
run.
going to do. Dak has 4 years left on his contract. 2 of them are guaranteed. If he doesn't give them a Super Bowl in 2 years, they're going to cut him.
Well, he's gonna get cut then because the Cowboys are not gonna win the Super Bowl in 2 years. And I'll say this: Cowboys. I'm. You know what? I'm not even gonna go to y'all fans just yet. Jerry Jones has to shut the hell up sometimes. He puts these unreal expectations on this team and he writes checks that they asses damn sure can't cash. Like I don't know if he thought that Dak Prescott was like that, but he ain't. Dak
No,
Prescott,
I know. I think he knew Dak wasn't like that. He just,
I can't tell because
he just had no choice.
he said this team is reminding him of the Super Bowl winning teams that they've had.
He says that every year. He won't be quiet. They need this dynamic won't change. This curse over the Dallas Cowboys won't change until Jerry Jones is no longer the team. Until he's no longer the decision maker for this roster. He's no longer the spokesperson for this roster. Things will not change. It will consistently be the same.
I can agree with that because I mean he has his hands too much involved in it, and it's like people can't do their jobs. I would guess they aren't being able to do their job to the best of their ability because now you got Jerry Jones hovering over them, wanting to add his 2 cent in on this and that. And I just think that's a tough position to be in when you're trying to build a contending team. Jerry Jones builds these relationships with these players. He might not want to get rid of some of these players. He might be like, "Oh, we'll find a way if we keep these players." Like right now, I'm interested to see what he does with Zeke. Zeke, if you cut him, you could save $10 million. What are you going to do with him? And
See, my thing with Zeke, honestly, I thought coming out, Zeke was the next grade. I truly thought when he came out of college and he broke out his first year the way he did, I'm like, this guy is going to be a Hall of Famer one day. And his career is slowly coming to an end. Statistically, he's declined year after year in yards per carry and yards per game.
I tell you what, he doesn't have a job at center. I can tell you that.
But yeah, that was a. But what was they doing?
Hey,
can
for the
someone
life
explain
of
to
me,
us what was going on?
for the life of me, I said, okay, well, he must be planning on doing like a quick pass out there. They got all the offensive linemen out there. It must be just going to throw it to the receiver right quick, and then they're going to try to just get down the field doing some laterals. What the hell was that play there? I mean, and you know, I I'm trying not to put too much blame on McCarthy, but he does have some hand in this also.
No, no,
But
no, 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 no,
I
no,
will say
no, no,
this.
no.
But I will say this.
This
I
is the
I can't put it all. I say this. If McCarthy is a part of it, but I'm not putting it all on McCarthy.
okay.
He had some bad plays. He did have some bad plays, like when they was in the I think there's like the 40 something yard line of the 49ers, and it was like fourth and something, and they decided to punt it instead of just going for it. Why not just try to go for it? Like you might as well. You're already there. The last play that was horrible. Um, some of the play calling during the game was just, I was just looking like, what the hell are they doing? And I don't know if you want to say that's Kellen Moore, you want to say that's McCarthy, but I'll say this: McCarthy, he isn't the best coach, but he's decent enough that you can win. The problem is Dak. Dak has 16 picks in 13 games. What the hell we gonna do with that, Cowboy fans? Like,
But this game, I cannot put it on Mike McCarthy. We cannot put it on him this game. And like you said, he is a capable head coach in the league. He's not my favorite, but I will say that this offense has no type of what, how do you say that, pizzazz, or there's no type of creativity in this offense. It's pretty one dimensional, pretty bland.
they're the
Every
Buffalo
first down
Bills.
they're running the ball.
They're the
It
Buffalo
doesn't
Bills.
change.
They don't have any weapons besides one great wide receiver, and then that's it. And then you got like a decent tight end, Schultz and Knox, and then you got these running backs. I give Pollard, he's way better than anything Buffalo has out there. But it's the same thing. They don't have
Zeke
any.
might be better than what they got in Buffalo too.
I ain't going that far. Zeke's low as shit now.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but you know what? The thing with Zeke, Jerry Jones loves Zeke. Like
Exactly.
truly, like that. That might be his son right there.
Exactly. So that's
And
my thing is, what are you gonna with him being so a part of the team and making decisions on the team? What are you gonna do when it's time to, okay, at the end of the season you can cut them and save some money? Are they gonna want to do that?
Zeke said that he'll take a pay cut to stay. So that is probably like gold to Jerry Jones' ear. It's funny because let's just take what Zeke said, right? And I heard someone say that what if Zeke and Jerry Jones has a secret deal lined up for each other? He's like, "Hey Zeke, I understand that you're not a every down back. You don't get the yards that you used to get, but you know what you can do for us? You can score touchdowns. So when we get into the red zone, we just going to give you the ball. We'll get you your 700 rushing yards per year. You'll get us 12 to 14 rushing touchdowns all from the goal line, and we'll call it all, we'll call it even. We'll keep you on the roster." And before Tony Pollard got hurt, you know what? I thought that could have been true.
Mm.
But even still, even with Tony Pollard, I mean, he was drafted by the Dallas Cowboys. He looks a lot more explosive than Zeke.
Mm.
He had his career year. And you know what? I thought they were going to franchise tag him, but I think because of the injury, I think they'll give him a 3-year deal. And I
I
think
think
they'll
that's
still
probably
keep Zeke, and Zeke will be the goal line back, and Tony Pollard will take over as the main back because he outsnapped Zeke this year. It wasn't by much. It was just about a 49, just about a 50-50 split.
he did miss some games though.
Tony
So
Pollard
yeah, that factored in.
towards the end too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to keep him healthy.
I just feel like the Cowboys, they need to go out there and get an actual like wide receiver. I looked at something a few minutes ago. They said that Corey Davis might get released. They said Michael Thomas. Now I don't think Michael Thomas is ever going to be the Michael Thomas we seen before, but Corey Davis could be a legitimate option, or Brandon Cooks. Like, I heard that Dallas was thinking about him at the trade deadline. Like, y'all need to go out there and get another option, because it looked like Dak was out there trying to force feed that ball to CD. And matter of fact, that second pick, you can just say that what it was, Ward, I believe, that tipped it. You can say Ward made a great play, but it's all because he be trying to force the ball to CD, because I don't think he trusts anybody else out there.
I don't know. My man Keyshawn said, and I looked at the play as well, but Keyshawn said he shouldn't have thrown that ball where it was placed. So that's all on that.
Mm, hey, Dallas. All I'm asking is, y'all fans, I've seen a lot of y'all running over TVs, punching TVs. I just don't understand why y'all allow y'all team to get y'all this mad when we all know the Dallas Cowboys are ass. I just don't understand. If I had a sorry team that always fails in the playoffs, I would not be that confident that we're going to be making noise in the playoffs. But every year, y'all trick yourself into thinking that we really like that. Y'all can't be mad at the team. Be mad at yourselves because y'all believe that nonsense.
Yeah. There was there's gonna be a spike in TV sales this week from all these Dallas Cowboys fans breaking their TVs. I seen one guy throw his TV out onto the driveway, run it over with his
Yeah.
truck. I was like, what's going on here? But it's tough because this team is pretty much a favorite every single year, at least within the top 6 teams as far as the favorites to win the Super Bowl. They
And
have
never
a
deliver.
they have a very competitive roster, but it's been like this for years. It's been like this since the TO era, before the TO era, the Dez era. It's like this team there's a dark cloud over this team, and it starts at the top. It starts at the top and trickles down to everyone else because we all know um, Coach Garrett wasn't a good coach. Jason Garrett was not a good coach. He wasn't a rah-rah guy. He wasn't
I
a scheme guy.
I don't think he's a rah guy or anything, but I think you have to give people props for actually like he had the Cowboys in the playoffs consistently. Like I think you got to give people props for that
Anyone
also
has
because
this team in the playoffs consistently.
I don't believe
Parcells
that.
had this team
No, but I'm saying there's some
in the
coaches out
playoffs
here that there's some coaches out
consistently.
here that you wouldn't that I don't think that they're like that. I don't think they're good coaches. Like Nathaniel Hackett, if he had that, he ain't putting that team to the playoffs.
Come on,
Like
Dallas ain't hiring Nathaniel Hackett.
I'm just saying, like I do believe you got to give him some type of props for being able to actually get this team in the playoffs consistently. They slipped and fall, but hey, that's what the Dallas Cowboys do. It doesn't matter what coach is there. That's just what the Cowboys do. I I don't know. All my life I've never seen the Cowboys win. All my life they do the same 1-2 step. Hell, my uncle and my cousin are Cowboys fans. I ain't heard from them since. You know what I'm saying? Like my cousin, he sometimes hits me up after the Cowboys have these wins and be like, "You like that, cuzzo?" And I'd be like, "It's all right." I ain't got no text like that this week. I'm just wondering, like, what?
You ain't hear from him this week?
Nah, I'm just trying to figure out what happened. Like, and the thing about it is, it's not even like Dallas. The defense showed up. Defense played
And I
well.
said that. I said, what if Brock Purdy runs into this Dallas Cowboys defense and everyone was like, what if the Dallas Cowboys defense ain't nothing? Okay. Well, when they actually play very well, they actually have a solid foundation on the defensive side. And the defense actually did show up. And unfortunately, Dak did not show up. The play
Mm,
calling did not show up. There
mm,
was no creativity.
mm.
So unfortunately, the defense played well. I'm not putting much blame on Mike McCarthy. It's on the players to finally step up and make the plays that need to be made during that game, and they did not.
Facts.
And unfortunately, this team needs another receiver. It needs an explosive running back.
Cornerback help.
They definitely need cornerback help. We'll see where it goes from there because Dalton Schultz is also a free
I
agent.
was just about to say that.
I know they're not going to franchise tag him again, and I doubt they want to pay him.
I mean, you just think about because what year? When did CD come into the league? Was he
I
that
think
year with?
this is CD's. He came in. Didn't he come in with Chase?
I think he might have.
He came in
I
with
think he
AJ
did.
Terrell. This is AJ Terrell's third
Okay.
year.
Well, yeah. Okay. Well.
So CD is coming up on a contract.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Parsons was in there with Parsons was the one in there with Chase, and you got to pay Diggs real soon also.
Wow.
I'd hate to be a Cowboys fan. Darius, I don't want to start this topic off because I think everybody already know who I'm going with. Who is the best remaining team left?
Best remaining team left. Wow. Is this really a tough one? Is this really a tough one?
It shouldn't be.
Who you got? Who you got?
Do you really want to ask me that question?
You know what? I'll start it off. You know, I will start it off. And you know what? It's them Philadelphia Eagles, man. It ain't them Cincinnati Bengals. It's definitely the Philadelphia Eagles. They got the best cornerback duo in football today. You got an all-pro corner in Bradbury, and you got a Pro Bowl player in Darius Slay. You want to know something? This team has 70 sacks on the year. 70 sacks. They have, I believe, 4 defensive linemen with double-digit sacks. You want to know who else had over 70 right above this team? The 84 Bears. When you get put in that category, when you up in that echelon, that repertoire of teams, you know what kind of defense you have in order to be there? Well, that's the type of defense that this Philadelphia Eagles team has. Hey, man, we're going to see it this week. The 2 best defenses in the league play each other between San Fran and Philly. We got 2 best offenses on the AFC side between the Chiefs and the Bengals. It's going to be a battle. Hurts having his breakout year. Everyone's like, "Oh man, it's the team around Hurts and
me."
Yeah, you the number one suspect right there,
Mr. Consistent.
Yep. So it's the team around Hurts, and what is he supposed to do? If you give
Let me ask you this. When I talked to you and Jimmy the other week, when we was talking about Burrow, y'all said he got these weapons this, these weapons that. Now all of a sudden, now it's what do you want Hurts to do? He has these weapons.
See what you got to do. You got to stop. You got to stop. You got to stop categorizing me in these topics of saying y'all. It's not y'all. I never joined in on or jumped in a bandwagon saying that Burrow has all these weapons. No, you need weapons to win games. It is what it is.
Hey,
why haven't the Titans done anything? Because they're one dimensional. They only can give the ball to Derrick Henry, and they have no big play, and they have no big playmakers. So Jalen Hurts is doing what he's supposed to do this year. He's elevated his game with the offensive weapons that he was provided. And you know what? Everyone says something about their schedule. Well, guess what? They overachieved. They overproduced.
Who is everyone, Darius?
Okay, I did. I also said something about their schedule, but you know what? I did also give them credit. I also gave them credit for doing what they were supposed to do and overachieving. They weren't supposed to do this.
Darius, I wish I could switch your name because Jesus. This man done switched up so quickly. It started with the Bills when we started with the Bills talk. It was no more Buffalo talk. Now he get a little bit of pressure on the internet over the Eagles takes, and now it's equals this, equals that. Man,
but they have the best roster as out of the remaining teams. What is the question?
The best team remaining?
What is the question?
But does that make them the best?
They are the best team remaining. They have a capable quarterback. They got the number 2 defense in the league. They lead the league in sacks. They have the 2 best corner duo in football. They have the number 6 rushing attack in football. They have 2 top 20 receivers on their roster. One is a top 10 receiver.
Top 20?
Devontae Smith is a top 20.
No, the hell receiver. No, yo, now the numbers changing.
25 receivers.
Yo, I can't with you today,
You
bro.
know what? You know what?
Stuff is switching up so
Since we
quickly.
have time, since we got time today, can
Uh,
you name 20? Can you name 20 receivers better than Devontae Smith?
yes. Okay. We can start with the two on my team. We can go with no. He's better. Who else we got? We got Stephon Diggs, Jettas. Matter of fact, let me just pull up my phone so I can just look at some teams. So I can Devontae Adams.
So wait. So we got Devontae Adams, we got Diggs, we got
Chase Higgins.
Chase,
Higgins is better.
we got Chase, we got
You asked me. So Chase
we got D
Higgins,
Hop, we got D
Chase
Hop,
Higgins. We got Chase Higgins, Diggs,
Justin
Tyreek
Jefferson,
Hill,
Tyreek
Jettas,
Hill,
Adams,
AJ Brown.
AJ Brown,
Who else we got? Cooper
uh,
Cup when healthy.
Cooper Cup, CD Lamb, Scary Terry.
I like Scary Terry a lot. You also got
Godwin, Mike Evans,
Keenan Allen.
I
Come
guess
on, don't disrespect
I
Keenan.
guess Keenan, D Hop, Debo.
Where we at? Where we at now?
This is about to be 16. Metcalf. It's debatable. It's debatable. Lockett.
I like Lockett. Jalen Waddle.
Oh, I forgot about him. It's debatable. DJ Moore.
Amari Cooper.
Oh yeah, Amari Cooper. That's 20 right there.
Oh, DJ Moore. Oh, what a better quarterback.
I would take DJ Moore. But don't get me wrong, Devontae Smith is good. But I'm just saying, like I like him also.
You're not paying me overtime here.
Who else you
If
got
really
up
wanna
on
see
here?
something new, why not change the
I think that might be it, probably, of the people.
But it's funny you say
definitively-
that because didn't you say that they were the best duo in football?
Who?
But he's not a
Who?
top 25 receiver. AJ
Well,
Brown and
and
Devontae Smith.
I think we understood what happened that day that I said that. I wanted to say two other people, but I figured I said I better go with a safer option at that moment because I think he waiting on me to say them. So I'm just gonna say something that he just gonna bypass if I say it. But
Yeah.
since we're talking about the best remaining team, it ain't nobody but these boys right here, man. Hey, got the best remaining quarterback in the playoffs.
Debatable.
Not debatable. We got a top 5 coach probably after this season. Zach Taylor is 5-1 in the playoffs. That's the best record of any current coach in the playoffs right now. And I get it. You can say some of these other coaches been in there for a while, but Andy Reid record is it's like 22-16 or something like that. That's who y'all always praising. All I know is he's 0-3 versus Burrow and Zach Taylor. But hey, I also say this: Bengals got the best remaining weapons available. I mean, it's debatable with the 49ers because they have some elite weapons over there, but I'm rolling with the Bengals. And the Bengals have also beat the number 3 and the number 2 scoring defense. Can the Eagles say that? I don't believe so. They played the weak ass Giants. And also, did you know nobody else has had 400 plus yards on this team since week 8? They're the number 3 ranked defense since at the end of the year. So I'm just trying to figure out what are you seeing that I'm not seeing, and we might have the best defensive coordinator out there in Lou Anarumo. I mean, the way he schemes up for these great quarterbacks, you seen what he made Josh Allen look like the other day. Josh Allen wasn't on nothing. We see what he does to Patrick Mahomes. Hey, we got Bengals. Hey, to tell you how confident that we know that we gonna beat the Chiefs, they done changed Arrowhead to Burrowhead, man. Like, what we doing here, man? Like, come on.
Nah, man. Nah, man. When we look, well, first of all, I think you brought up the point last week that the Bills just didn't pressure the quarterback the same as when they had Von Miller to not having Von Miller.
Don't use my
No,
stuff to
no,
try to
no,
help
no,
you
no,
against
no,
me.
no, 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 no. No. Let me finish it.
You still was on that team and said they was gonna beat us. That's what you said.
I
So
had to
I
ride
don't
or
want to see.
die. I had to
Hey,
ride or
no,
die
you
with
didn't.
I
No,
can't
you
switch
did
up,
not.
man.
No,
I
you
can't
did
switch
not.
it up. It's not in my
You
blood,
decided.
man.
You decided to say that. You ignored me when I said that about the Bills, and you still chose them. So I don't want to see you double back and be like, "Well, you did say that they wasn't getting no pressure
But
without Von Miller."
guess what? But guess what's gonna happen in the next 3 weeks?
Mm.
You know what the
Well,
Bengals is gonna have to play?
well, I would
Three
imagine probably the
three
49ers.
three of the best pass rushing defenses in the league. If you play the Eagles, that's the first best pass rushing defense right there in the league.
Well, quick
If you
question.
play
You
the
said
Chiefs,
three. You said
You're
three.
playing the Chiefs this week. They are second in sacks in the league currently. Chris Jones is on a career is on a tear right now. He is terrorizing quarterbacks as we speak.
Is he? Because I didn't think that he didn't get a sack the other
It's
day.
okay.
He
It's
wasn't
okay.
he wasn't getting Trevor
He doesn't
Lawrence.
need to get a sack every game. He
Hey,
disrupts in many different other ways.
hey, you can I'm with you with the Eagles and the 49ers. They have their defensive line.
The
But
Chiefs
the one thing
leads is second in sacks.
I agree with that. That's all cool. That's all fine and dandy. But how much sacks did they get on Burrow?
You know
And
what?
they only got one sack
You know
on
what?
Burrow. So
You are
I'm not
getting
trying to
you are getting bailed out just slightly because Mahomes does have a high ankle sprain.
I'm getting bailed out, huh? Well, I say this: they did beat them with a healthy Patrick Mahomes 3 times. So now it's getting bailed
We
out
talk about
once
this game right
Mahomes
here.
is injured.
It does not matter
Hey,
what happened in the past.
I'm gonna get to that game in a little while, but I'll just say this: you're trying to big up the Chiefs. I've seen that stat also. I did, but when they played the Bengals, mm, Sonny, they didn't get the Burrow. That's crazy. But
Well,
yet you're
new
bigging up
year, new
Patrick.
game.
You're bigging up Chris Jones, and with next you're gonna bring up Frank Clark, and who else you gonna bring up? George Karlaftis. Man, stop it, bro. Like, hey, mark my
Second
words.
in the league in sacks as a unit.
I don't give a damn. The only ones that I'm worried about is the Eagles and the 49ers that
And
actually have
that's
legit
what
pass
happened with the
rushers.
Bills. And that's what happened with the
What
Bills right there.
what happened with the Bills?
They were focused on the Super Bowl. There was a focus on the game right in front of them.
Hmm.
And they
Well,
got
the
smacked in
difference
the mouth.
between us and the Bills is we actually stay locked in on the task, and we actually can beat Kansas City in the playoffs. That's kind of like the difference between the two teams. I don't know if you've seen that. I know y'all used to blowing leads in the playoffs, so you can probably
That
relate.
only happened in the Super Bowl. We
Uh,
haven't blown any other leads in the playoffs.
all I'm saying is, I think the Bengals are the best remaining team. I mean, I don't see a weakness with this team. I'm not gonna say the Eagles have major weaknesses because they don't, but their running defense is skeptical. It
It
really
is a
is
little suspect,
skeptical.
and I'll get into that.
And I think this is the one week where you don't want to have a iffy running defense. But hey, we'll get to that real soon.
You know what? We might as well get right into it. The conference championship games between the 49ers and the Eagles. Let's start it off with the NFC. So here's some key points I got. This is what the Eagles need to do to win this game. They need to pressure Purdy all game. They need to send the house. They need to find a way to get him out of that pocket, just like Dallas did this week, and to terrorize him. And I said, and I was right already about one. I said, what if the Dallas defense comes to play? And I said, one of my playoff predictions was the 49ers are going to meet the Eagles, and Brock Purdy was going to get pressured all game, and it was going to be too much for him. So we're coming up on this game here. So that's a big thing right there. They got to pressure Purdy. Another thing is Jalen Hurts has to have a great passing day, because it's going to be tough running the football on this 49ers defense. The good thing is that they have Jalen Hurts and Miles Sanders, and then they trickle in a little Gainwell and Boston Scott. But I don't know. Running it against this 49ers defense is totally different. A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith got to create some pressure. Tre'Davious Ward is probably going to be man-to-man on A.J. all game. But they got to find a way to get open, and Jalen Hurts got to find a way to get them the football. Another thing is, you brought up a great point, is that the weakness on this Philadelphia team is their run defense. They're not bad, but they can give up a good amount of yards here.
They're like middle of the pack.
Yeah, they're definitely middle of the pack. So you got to stop CMC. And then they got to be efficient with running the ball, and also third down. You got to convert these third down conversions. What you think?
I say this game is stacked with talent on both sides of the ball. I know I talk my mess about the Eagles, but I give them props where it's due. They got a complete team, just not the best remaining team.
The
The
best
40
remaining team.
the 49ers, they got all pros everywhere. They got Bosa, Warner, Hufunga, McCaffrey, Kittle, Debo. And honestly, I I I think it's gonna come down to, honestly, can the Eagles stop the 49ers run game, to be honest with you? And it's gonna come down to, can the 49ers, who are ranked 21st in passing yards allowed, can they stop Devonta Smith, and can they stop AJ Brown? Because I'm not that high on Tre'Davious Ward and Lenore. Like, they can be had. I think it's gonna come down to if Nick Bosa and that front seven can get to Jalen Hurts and put pressure on him and keep him contained in that pocket. I'll say this.
That Eagles O line is just as good as the San Fran's O line.
I agree with that. I do agree with that. My only thing that's, and I get that Purdy part that you brought up. I could see that, but that Purdy and Kittle connection, it just seems like he finds Kittle when he needs to find him to make a big play.
But that's
Um,
typical. That's typical
yeah,
for a rookie quarterback.
and I'll say this: do you have faith that the Eagles, who are middle of the pack, are they going to be able to stop Debo, McCaffrey, Elijah Mitchell coming at them with that Kyle Shanahan scheme coming at them? I don't know, man. Like, I my that's my deciding factor on the game,
You
to be
got it.
honest
It's
with you.
gonna be a very, very physical game.
Yeah, so that's my deciding
This
factor. It's more so just Kyle Shanahan, and I think DeMarco Ryan is going to make this Eagles team life a living hell on that day, to be honest with you. But I'm not going to be surprised if the Eagles was to pull this off. I mean, but I'm rolling with the 49ers right now. I had an Eagles fan leave a comment on one of my things, and was like, come back next week. It's going to be Bengals versus the Eagles in the Super Bowl. I, I could see it. I'm not going to say I couldn't see it, but right now I'm leaning towards the 49ers, just because I believe in Kyle Shanahan more than I believe in Nick Sirianni. I mean, he doesn't even call his own plays. And I just believe in DeMarco Ryan.
I could see that. Um, 49ers, they got to first protect Purdy, because this Eagles D line is something serious. They are like 3 levels deep. Like we forget Akeem Hicks is on this roster and he doesn't barely get playing time. Ndamukong Suh doesn't even really touch the field because that's how dominant this D line is. They also need to establish the run and run efficiently because they didn't do well versus Dallas. They were, I mean, besides that CMC punching, there wasn't really a flow on the run game. So with Philly, it can get uglier if you don't get the run game established. Also, you need to punch them in the mouth. One of these teams needs to set the tone with a hit or play. That's what it's going to come down to is which defense is going to make that play. Which defense is going to cause that turnover, get a pick, cause a fumble. That's what it's going to come down to. This is going to be a very, very defensive game. And then they got to avoid mistakes. They can't turn the football over versus this Philadelphia team's defense because when the offense gets rolling, that's when it gets a little ugly here because the defense is going to pick it up just as much as that offense.
Darius, don't tell me you switching up again. Who you got now?
What am I supposed to do here? What?
It sounds like you leaning towards the 49ers, and just a few minutes ago, you was preaching to me about the Eagles. So I was expecting you to stay on the Eagles.
I'm giving you the facts of how both of these rosters
Darius,
what they need to do.
All I want to know is who you picking.
I'm picking the Eagles.
Oh, look at you.
I'm picking the Eagles.
Standing on your words. I like that. I do like that.
I'm picking the Eagles.
I'm ready to hear your next breakdown of the Bengals versus the Chiefs. Who do you have? Why? What are you seeing in this game?
Well, the Bengals have the advantage here because you know why? Mahomes has a high sprained ankle, not just a sprained ankle.
That's the only reason.
But a high sprained ankle, and that's typically like a 2-week injury. I've had quite a few of those in my lifetime. What they need to do is don't let the hype of the Bengals beat us 3 times in a row. Don't let that get into your head. Just play Kansas City football just like you've been playing all year. Protect Patrick Mahomes. That's a big thing right there. Between the last 3 meetings, the Bengals have sacked Mahomes 6 times so far. And you also got to control the clock. Play keep away a little bit. Don't let Joe Burrow get on the field. Don't let that high-powered offense get on the field because they can put points up on the board. And now for your lovely Bengals. They just got to play physical. They got to play physical just like they did last week. They got to bring the pain. They got to punch somebody in the mouth. They got to make a couple hits. They got to keep Mahomes on the move, man. Don't let them line up. Don't let them get comfortable in that pocket. Make him run on that ankle. Make him run around back there. Make his ankle sore. And then they got to create some turnovers, man. You got to create some turnovers. Mahomes is a big game. Is a big gambler, just like Josh Allen, but not as much. He can turn the ball over sometimes. He will throw you one. So try to get create a turnover. And then they got to continue to trust Burrow, man. Continue to throw the football because the Chiefs can get exploited through the air. So you got to put your trust in Burrow, put your trust in that passing attack, and protect them because this is going to be a tough week. It's going to be a tough week because that Chiefs D line is something serious too. I know you don't want to hear it. I know you don't want to accept it, but you're gonna have to. And watch, I'm gonna say,
ladies and gentlemen,
they're gonna sack him at least 3 times this week.
This man told me that the Bills defense was gonna do the exact same thing last week. We see how that turned out for them. I say this: Bengals gonna win this game, bro. We got Burrow. That's all that matters. This is his conference now. Mahomes is there. I'm not going to diminish the Chiefs. I'm not. All I'm gonna say about them is they ain't beating the Bengals this week. It's gonna be 0-4 against Burrow in the Bengals. And I say this: Mahomes gonna beat him while he was healthy. What on God's green earth would make you think that he's gonna beat him with a high ankle sprain? And one of the key parts of Mahomes is getting out of the pocket, scrambling, making that magic outside the pocket. So now I know you watched the game the other day. You saw them go after a mobile Josh Allen who could run, who just was back there. I don't know what excuse the Bills are gonna come up with. I know they tried to say that the Bengals wore white jerseys. I know that's an excuse I heard the other day. But now you talk about Mahomes' ankle is hurt. You don't think the Bengals are going to send pressure towards Mahomes? You don't think Mike Hilton is going to be flying off the edges to try to get to Mahomes? You don't think Von Bell is going to be flying off the edges to get to Mahomes? And what you going to say? Oh, they got Travis Kelsey. They do.
They do.
They do. That's cute. He doesn't do that stuff to us. What he does to other teams. So hey, what you're putting your faith in who? Juju, Sky Moore. I heard that y'all gonna try to run the ball. Good luck with that. We got DJ Reader and BJ Hill down there. I would like to see you do it. Hey, and then on the other side of the ball, you got a whole bunch of rookie secondary, a rookie secondary. You know
They
what's
do.
gonna happen? You know what's gonna happen? What I said last week. It's gonna be bombs away to Chase, bombs away to Higgins, bombs away to Boyd, bombs away to Hurst, and it's just gonna be like, damn, they got up on them that quickly, just like that. But hey, don't take my word for it. We just gonna have to see because hey, apparently, the stuff I say, people don't want to listen until it happens. So when Burrow goes up in there and whoops the Chiefs' ass, it's 2 times in Arrowhead. I don't want to hear nobody say anything about Burrow. I don't want to hear nobody about Allen, Mahomes, or Herbert. This is Joe Burrow's league.
Man, oh man, it's gonna be real ugly because you know what? Unfortunately, I got the Chiefs. I got the Bengals
Mm,
versus Eagles in the Super
mm,
Bowl,
mm,
and you know what?
mm.
You guys
You
are
can
gonna
you,
lose.
you can
You
say
guys are
ours
gonna
because you
lose
was
right
paid
there.
for
That's gonna be the
it. Hey,
matchup that
hey,
takes you down right there.
hey.
And you know what? You guys might just be the Buffalo. You know what? The Buffalo Bills made it to the Super Bowl 3 times in a row, and they lost back to back to back. That might just be you
There's
guys right there. You're
there's
gonna meet your
let
match in the
there's
Super
let me tell
Bowl.
you this right now. The Bengals are winning the Super Bowl in 3 weeks in Phoenix.
You're gonna
Phoenix has
beat.
al- Phoenix has
You're gonna
always
lose to Philly.
Phoenix has always been
You're
good
gonna
to
lose to
me.
Philly.
Phoenix has always been good to me, so I know Phoenix is going to be good to the Bengals, and we're going to walk out there victorious. Joe Burrow is going to be Super Bowl MVP. He's going to put up those numbers. I don't care if it's the 49ers or the Eagles. I'm letting you know that now. And then we going to, you know what I'm going to do? Like I said, I'm petty enough. I'm going to send you this clip in the group chat. And then you're going to be looking like, yeah, Don, you was right. I know, because you
And
know
I'm gonna be
why?
smiling when Philly crushes
Hey,
y'all in the
You
Super
you
Bowl.
know you know you know you acting like a Bills fan right now.
I'm not
I got
acting
this.
like I'm a Falcons fan.
I got this
I'm a
Bills
Falcons
fan. I
fan.
got this Bills fan that follow me, and all year he was telling me about the Bills, Bills this, Bills that. Once we whipped that ass, now it was, oh, we beat ourselves, and
Uh,
The Chiefs gonna beat y'all next week. Well, damn, Buffalo. I thought y'all didn't like the Chiefs. Now because y'all couldn't beat us, now you gotta root for the Chiefs. It's kind of like what Darius is doing now. Because the team that he picked could not beat us. Now he has to regroup, reanalyze, still reanalyzing wrong, but came back up and said, "Oh, the Eagles got y'all number." Okay,
yep.
if that's what you think, alrighty.
And if Mahomes didn't have a high ankle sprain, I would have said the Chiefs would have beat y'all.
Choose him then. Choose
Nope.
him. Stand on your words.
Nope.
Jesus. This man want to keep doubting us. Hey, and I want you to know, I need Jimmy here. I need Jimmy here because we we got some bets to cash it, pick'ems to cash in. I need to see some bingo apparel somewhere up on y'all. I might buy the apparel for y'all, so y'all don't just go out here and get like a little sticker and say y'all got a something bingos on.
Oh man. Oh man. Hey, as long as I get the Jamar Chase, man.
Hey, if you need me to, I'll take a jersey off the wall and I'll ship it to you so you can wear it for the episode. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I just need to see bingo apparel. It's gonna be a great year. I promise you, it's gonna be a great year. You know, y'all gonna be wearing Bengals apparel. They're gonna confuse y'all for Bengals fans. Uh, Bengals are gonna win the Super Bowl. I'm gonna be looking like I'm right again, and it's gonna be a long off season for y'all. I want you to know
So
that.
what are you gonna say when they lose?
I'm not gonna have nothing to say because they're not gonna lose.
Okay. That's what I like to
Hey,
hear.
this team is better than what they was last year, and they came from an Aaron Donald, great play from hitting Jamar Chase down the field over Jalen Ramsey to win the Super Bowl. And this team
Eh,
is way better this season.
they came from a bogus Cooper Cup penalty in the
That
for a
that too,
touchdown.
that too, that too.
It's a
I
little
see. See, there you
skeptical.
go. There you
A
go.
little skeptical.
There you go.
But yeah. Yeah, I should have won that game.
There you go. But hey, stay on your side. Hey, don't do you already switched sides
We're gonna represent
because
Philly. I'm representing
because
Philly for the rest of this NFL season, man.
oh, so just this week?
Next 3 weeks.
Nah, nah, just this week.
So you got the Bengals versus 49ers.
Rematch.
I like it. I got the Bengals
Hey, because
versus Philly.
I don't like your Bengals pick. I don't, because you was just preaching that the Chiefs was going to beat the Bengals.
I said
And
if
now
Mahomes
just
didn't
because
have a
just
sprained ankle,
because hell, Nick Wright said that Mahomes is still the third best quarterback even with one leg. So,
who
uh
who was the first?
Mahomes healthy and Burrow.
Wow.
So it should not be no issue with taking Patrick Mahomes on one leg since he's your third best quarterback. Take your Chiefs, man. Stand on what you said. Don't come over here.
Nope.
Stand on what you said.
Nope.
You said the Chiefs is going to beat us.
Nope. The Bengals
Is
versus
that
Philly.
not what you said?
Bengals versus Philly.
See,
I'm sticking to it.
Jesus, this man switched more than anybody else.
No. I'm not someone else. I've stuck to my teams the whole year consistently.
What happened? What happened at the beginning of the episode when you was dogging the Bills? You didn't stay on them.
Yeah, because
Last week
that
you
needed to
also
happen.
stayed. No, not even just last week. I believe when we did matchups teams don't want to see in the playoffs. What did you say, Darius, for the Bengals?
The Chiefs.
Who do the Bengals have this week, Darius?
A Mahomes and the Chiefs with a sprained ankle.
Oh my God.
It's just facts. If he did not have a sprained ankle, the Chiefs would win this game.
Then
But
choose him. You
I
think the
just
ankle?
said if he did not have a sprained ankle, then I would be choosing the Chiefs.
I'm just so disappointed in you. I just can't, man. Like, you did all this all year telling me about the Chiefs, and then when you got the opportunity to shut me up, now, if for some magical reason the Chiefs did beat the Bengals, I don't want to hear you come up in here saying not a word about it because you didn't stand on your word.
Hey, I just wanted to hear you. I just wanted to hear you crack real quick. You said that they might lose.
No, it's no chance. none at all. I'm 10 toes down. We got Burrow. We got 9.
I guess we will have to wait and see. So now we got who would you rather? Who would you rather? Yeah, Don.
Josh Allen edition. Jalen Hurts. Come on, Eagle man.
Oh, wait. You said Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts?
Yes.
Ooh. I'll probably pick Josh Allen. Bigger arm. He's already. I feel like he's already at a kind of like an elite level already.
It's not no kind of. He's
It's
elite.
just he needs to change his game a little bit, and that just takes a little coaching. And he has a rushing ability. And he gambles. I like a gambler, but I just don't like a 15-20 interception gambler.
I'm taking Josh Allen, and it ain't even close, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
There's 3 quarterbacks that's above the rest, and I mean, even if Josh Allen isn't up there with Burrow and Mahomes, he's still in a category by himself. Jalen Hurts, that's a cute story. Yeah, he's had a good year. I give him that, but he is not Josh Allen. Yeah, uh, I'm. He might be. He could work his way into being that 4th quarterback. But he's not touching Josh Allen just yet.
Not just yet. All right. So we're gonna bring up my boy who hangs out with us every week. Lamar Jackson or Mike Vick?
Mm. Jesus. I would probably go. I don't think there's a wrong way to go either way, to be honest with you, but I'm going off of Lamar because, I mean, Mike Vick, he's special, but I'm going off of what I've watched Mike Vick, but I watch Lamar more closely. Like, Lamar has tortured my Bengals time and time again with his running. I mean, he got one of the coldest running highlights against the Bengals. I mean, he had them boys out there looking stupid. That was before Burrow, but I mean, it was still, he still did that. So I'm gonna roll with Lamar.
Yeah. I'm gonna roll with Lamar as well. Mike Vick, my boy, my favorite player of all time. The reason why I am a Falcons fan. So shout out Vic. But I gotta go with Lamar, man. I think as a in this era of the RPOs, the just standard options, college style rushing attack. I feel like he fits this era of football at this time. And, the Ravens use him very well. He makes a lot of guys miss. He is a sideline to sideline threat. He can juke you out your shoes. He could run. He has straight line speed. I mean, he's already broke Vic's rushing record. I mean, Lamar is a different type of athlete at the quarterback position. And he's not a horrible thrower. Like he can, and I think he will get better. He hasn't hit his full potential yet. I still think he has another notch to hit.
I got one for you. Kenny Pickett or Tua Tagovailoa?
Oof. I guess it depends on the system. Like in the Miami system, I'd rather have Tua.
I'm just saying, who would you rather if you had to take him on your team? Who would you rather?
If I had to take him on my team, I'd rather go with Kenny Pickett because he can utilize his legs. He's not afraid to make throws down the field. He's a young quarterback who will get better. Tua is very injury prone that I don't like. Tua also doesn't have that big of an
Pickett
arm.
has had some concussions and stuff, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
Um, I think as just intangibles and being able to get better, I think Kenny Pickett has more potential than Tua. He's a
More
more
potent.
accurate quarterback.
I don't know about that one. Two is pretty accurate. I'm gonna roll with Kenny Pickett, but I think two is more accurate than him. He's I give him that he's accurate. Um, as far as who I would want, I'm rolling with Kenny Pickett. What he showed me over the last half of the season or two months of the season, he showed me that he can be a Derek Carr level quarterback up out here. He showed me that he has poise. I mean, bro led them on 2 game winning drives in back to back weeks. That that alone, I mean, I get it was one was versus the Raiders, but then he turned around and did it against the Ravens. Like that tell you right there. Like then he went. You could say he went toe to toe with my Bengals. I mean, he put 30 points up on us, but we got the win. But hey, he did what he did. I was thoroughly impressed, and I think he's going to be a good quarterback, and he's mobile, and he's big, and I believe that I believe he's going to be better than Tua.
Yeah, I definitely think he's going to be better than Tua. All right, so we got Dak or Kirk Cousins.
Kirk,
It's funny you brought them up, and I'm gonna go ahead and go with Kirk as well.
Kirk, it ain't even hard for me. Kirk ain't doing all that dumb stuff that Dak be doing. Like, Dak had 13 games and 16 picks. I can't get past that. Like, Dak is not that guy, and I get it. Kirk Cousins isn't either, but Dak. My thing with Dak is mobile, but it's like he doesn't even use it sometimes.
Yeah,
At least Kirk uses what he has to the best of the ability. And honestly, Kirk in his playoff game look way better than Dak did. Kirk had that one mistake of just throwing it short on 4th down. Dak up out here just throwing picks left and right. It's like whoever won it, you can get it.
yeah, very very true, very true. Um, I think if you put Kirk in that situation that Dak was in, they'd have won that game. And biggest thing was because of the turnovers. Kirk actually didn't play horrible in this playoff game. He played very well. It's just that defense again was very bad. Um, I still think they're on the same level, but we've seen Kirk elevate his game this year as far as statistics. Um, and Dak had a better year last year, but it doesn't it doesn't it doesn't really show when you actually watch the games.
Big Ben or Eli Manning.
Big Ben.
Hmm.
I'm going with Big Ben. Tough. He's able to break a lot more sacks than Eli. He was more mobile than Eli, even though he was a bigger guy. Um, Big Ben had a pretty big arm. Uh, he had more talent at the receiver position, but he got Antonio Brown the football. He got Hines Ward the football. I'm taking Big Ben.
Mm, I want to make a case for Eli, just to try to figure out a way to give him some shine, but I can't. I don't believe I don't believe that he's better than Big Ben. To be honest with you, like Big Ben, I, Burr was in his prime. He was a gunslinger, and he was hell on my Bengals. Trust me, I know. So I give it to Big Ben. I mean. I believe that he was yes, Eli has those 2 Super Bowls, but I believe Big Ben was better in the playoffs than him also, and I like Big Ben more. Like I don't like him as a person more because I like Eli. I think he's more entertaining. But
Yeah.
as far as just player, I'll take Big Ben.
By the way, Tua and Kenny Pickett just about the same accuracy, completion percentage, and the same
Who's higher?
Tua slightly. So 63.9 compared to 64.8.
You know
And they,
who
and they
leads.
played this. They played the same amount of games.
You know who leads the NFL and NFL history in completions?
Tua.
Fuck no.
Oh, I just, I don't know. I didn't know if that was a trick question.
No. One Joseph Lieber.
Oh my goodness! And we get to the next one. This is a good one. Gronk or Travis Kelsey?
Gronk. I'm taking Gronk. I just think that it's something to be said. Like in the playoff games, like Gronk was always there. Like it didn't matter who he was facing. Gronk was there. He was he was blocking. He was receiving. Like Gronk did all the dirty work. And I'm not saying Travis Kelsey doesn't, but he's more of a receiving tight end than an actual blocking tight end. And I just like Gronk more. Like Gronk, I believe he's probably the greatest tight end to ever play. To be honest with you, like I hold Gronk in high regard.
Yeah, there was nothing Gronk couldn't do. He could block, he could catch. I mean, what more did you need from your tight end besides double digit touchdowns multiple years in a row, and
Mhm.
also being the best target on your team and contributing to multiple Super Bowl wins? I mean, Gronk has dominated his position year after year. And I'm telling you right now, if Gronk says, "Hey, I want to play tomorrow," teams will be lining up to get
They was
Gronk.
trying to get him this year.
They was trying to get him just for the playoffs. They were
Mhm.
that's how good Gronk was. And he's 6'6", like 250.
Mhm. My last one. I'll let you decide which one you rather do. Deshaun Watson or Trevor Lawrence or Deshaun Watson and Justin Herbert.
Wait, Deshaun Watson, Trevor Lawrence, or Deshaun Watson,
Or you can
Justin?
just do all three. Rank the three.
Ooh, I it's tough because I really like Trevor Lawrence.
Shoot, at the beginning of the year, you and Jimmy was preaching that Deshaun Watson mess. So hey,
What you you
yes, yes,
consistently
yes,
you consistently do this every week. You put me
yes.
in this category with
Hey,
with others
if you just
and
stand
saying
by,
I'm co-signing.
if you stand by and say nothing, what does that mean? You co-signing.
No, it doesn't. No, it does
Yes, it
not.
does. Because when y'all say something I don't agree with, I say, nah, bro, I ain't feeling that there. Y'all, you sit there, and you sit there, and then you just let me and Jimmy go along our business, going back and forth, and you
Yeah,
say
because
nothing.
I hear some nigga nonsense going on that I'm not getting involved with. And I'm not getting involved in what you just said to me. So you know what? I'm gonna go with my boy. Long term, I want Trevor Lawrence. Then I'm gonna choose Justin Herbert, and then I'm gonna go Deshaun Watson.
Mm.
As a passer, I don't know. The old Deshaun Watson was a top 5
I'm
quarterback.
saying if they I guess it's hard to say all in their prime because you haven't seen what two of the guys have looked like in their prime.
If
So you
Deshaun
got to
Watson was what he was before his incident, I would go Watson because of the mobile ability, and he can also throw the football. And we also seen him do it without D Hop. So I would go
all
Deshaun
these guys
Watson,
mobile though.
Josh, Trevor
Justin.
Lawrence,
Oh,
then Justin Herbert.
um, if it's me, I'm gonna roll. If I had to pick, I'm gonna have to go with Trevor Lawrence because the other two have blown big leads in the playoffs. And then I would go with I think I still go with Justin Herbert, to be honest with you.
But we've seen Deshaun Watson make big plays. I remember when I think one of the turf beads popped into his eye. He spun out of the pocket, turf
Oh
bead in
yeah,
his eye,
I
one
remember that.
eye open, and throw the passing touchdown. We've seen Deshaun Watson do some very incredible things on the field
That's true.
when he was at his peak.
We have seen Justin Herbert make. Hey, that's why they was calling him an internet quarterback. I mean, because he has all these highlights that people like to praise and show, and so he's got some interesting. He's got some highlights also, and then you got Trevor Lawrence, who, hey, he just came back from 27 down, literally. That's impressive in itself.
Very
And to
impressive.
stay
He was
that
very
poised. Yeah, to stay that poised and handle your business, I got to give him props on that. I think all of them could be top top 7-ish quarterbacks. Just depends on how it falls. I believe that I don't know. I believe it off season with Deshaun Watson, he might come back and be an issue.
Yeah, I could see it going both ways. Whether he comes back and is the old Deshaun Watson, or he shows flashes of it. But I could also see him not really panning out and what they think he will be. I got a couple more. So I got Marshawn Lynch or Derrick Henry.
Marshawn.
I'm taking Marshawn as well.
Marshawn effect winning.
Marshawn, what?
Marshawn effects winning.
Wait. Say that one more time.
Marshawn affects winning.
Oh,
As in,
gotcha.
yeah.
Yeah. He definitely changes the game on a win scale.
And honestly, Marshawn should be a 2-time Super Bowl champ if it wasn't for Pete Carroll trying to get that washed up quarterback, that MVP. But hey,
I could 100% agree with that. And everyone on that Seahawks team knows they all should have 2 rings right now. Even the quarterback that's not 100% washed up
who
that
isn't
plays in
100?
Denver.
Oh no, he's washed. He's washed.
Not
I
yet.
seen they said a NFL exec said that Russell Wilson is washed. It's spreading. Everybody's starting to see that he's washed.
We'll have to wait until next year.
But no, but we're gonna have that Denver Broncos talk soon. I figure we will have a Denver Broncos talk real soon, or however we decide to
We
do
will
the
because
off.
they'll be better.
But they'll do what?
I said we will because they will be better. I'm not saying they're a playoff team next year, but
See,
they
here
will be
he go.
better.
Here he go again. Here he go again. Bro, just do me a favor. Switch your name to Switch Side Darius.
I'm not switching sides. I keep it straight line. I keep it real. I keep it very, very straight line. What
Darius.
I say.
I remember before, but I think my first or second time on the pod, you and Jimmy said that Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos would make the playoffs next year. I know that for a fact. Y'all said that, and now
I
you're
said they
back.
will win 7 games.
No, that's recent. You said that recently. Now you switched it up and started saying, "Oh well, they'll win about 7, 8 games."
Killing me.
You're switching, but I'm gonna find that for you. Hey, you wait till I get some time to find this stuff that you be saying that you don't be a part of. Cause you be right there
Oh
agreeing
man.
with Jimmy nonsense.
All right, man. I got 2 more for you. 2 more. You got any more?
No.
All right, D Hop or Julio Jones.
Ooh. When When did D Hop come into the league? That's a question I need to know.
I want to
before
say he came in a year after Julio.
a year after, then I'm going D Hop because he's still putting up these same numbers, and he's at this advanced age. And Julio is looking like a shell of himself. Julio at his prime, that was a bad man, but at the same time, DeAndre Hopkins was a bad man also at his prime. I'm just going with DeAndre Hopkins because of the consistency of what he does year to year, and he's still doing this at age 30 something right now.
You already know I got to rock with my man
I know.
Julio Jones, man. Come on, don't disrespect one of the goats, man.
Goats. He wasn't even the best. He wasn't even the best wide receiver of his generation.
Yeah. D Hop came in a year.
I ain't even saying D Hop.
Actually, two years after. 2 years after.
I think Antonio Brown was the best of this generation. To be honest,
I could say who Antonio Brown was better in this generation.
And then after that, we going with AJ Green. But who you got next?
Get out of here. Yeah, right. AJ Green didn't even pass Mike Evans.
Bro, stop.
Hey, don't get me wrong. AJ Green was that guy at one point, but there was in his class. You know what? AJ Green was considered a top 5 receiver for like 3 years. For 3 years. 3 years.
3. It was him, DeAndre Hopkins, and Julio and AB.
And he's not better than any of those 3 players.
He was better than D Hop at one point.
No, he wasn't. You just praised D Hop for being better than Julio, but now now AJ Green is better than D Hop.
Yes, 2 things can be true.
Oh man, that makes 0 sense.
I said I was taking D Hop off of consistency over years because he's already fallen off. I did just say that AJ Green was better than D Hop certain years. I didn't say he's still better than him.
All I gotta say is, man,
semantics, man. Semantics.
Julio, one of the greats, man.
I agree. What else you got?
I got the last and final one. Kyler Murray or Justin Fields?
Kyler. It ain't even close.
You know what? I gotta go with Kyler too. You know, but the biggest thing is because of the accuracy. Kyler is very accurate.
Yeah. And I haven't seen Justin Fields actually put his passing game together. Like, I know he has a strong arm, but I'm still taking Kyler. I've seen Kyler do it. Justin Fields, I mean, he had Darnell Mooney, he had Chase Claypool. I forgot what their tight end name is, but he had some mini weapons. Yeah, he had some mini weapons, and I mean, I wasn't impressed by his passing game.
I heard someone said if you switch Jalen Hurts and Justin Fields, that Justin Fields would do just as well with Philly. What you think about that?
I'm trying not to be that guy right now. Oh, Jesus. Oh, jeez. Eagles fans, I ain't gonna do it. Nah. Jalen Hurts has elevated his game to a level that I don't. It's kind of disrespectful to start comparing him to Justin Fields.
I mean, it's a little disrespectful to compare him to Kyler.
Kyler had a down year.
He sure did. I mean, he has a down year second half of the year every year.
Yeah, exactly. So it's
we'll leave that for another day, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because we're going to get to that quarterback ranking real soon over the offseason.
Oh, yeah. 3 weeks. We're going to get into our rankings for the year. And Don, this was another good one, man.
I enjoyed myself.
Yes, sir. We're gonna watch these Bengals, see what they do this weekend, man.
Hey, just stay on your side, pick your Chiefs. Hey, that's all I want.
Nah, man, I'm rooting for y'all, man.
Don't. No. Stay on your side. I'ma say Darius ain't going for us, and that's how we gonna ride with it. Cause ain't none of y'all on this pod believed in the Bengals. Y'all. I remember y'all said the Bills was the most complete team. I remember you said they don't want to see the Chiefs. They can't beat the Chiefs 4 times in a row. Okay, stand on everything y'all said.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Because you know what? It's gonna be a tough one for y'all. And I
For
know
who?
you're nervous. I know you're nervous
Nervous about what?
about this weekend.
I was more nervous about the Bills.
Oh man,
And that was only
I love
and
the poker face, but I know you're
no,
nervous.
I tell you, it's the truth. It's the truth because it was only the fact that I knew DeMar Hamlin was going to show up in that game, and I was just like, dang, if I'm that team, I probably gonna want to try to go out there and win this game. If DeMar in there, it's gonna be at home. The atmosphere gonna be crazy. But then Burrow showed up, put it on them, and now you talk about going up in the Arrowhead. Oh, Burrowhead. Like, nah, I'm not worried about that. Nah.
Well, I guess we're gonna have to wait and see, man.
Hey, looking forward to it.
Yes, sir. Hey guys, remember to like, share, subscribe. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. We appreciate y'all for listening. If you
Yes,
guys got
sir.
any questions, hit us up on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. We on all platforms here. And you guys already know. Until next time, peace.